In this video, we will see how we can update a field for a feature layer or table in ArcGIS Online using the ArcGIS API for Python. We're going to look at updating the alias, the length of a text field, and also how to update a default value. So open up the update field.py script from the fields folder. We're going to use the FeatureLayerManager and the update definition to update a few of the fields in our feature layers and tables. We first access ArcGIS Online using the GIS class that's defined in the home string. We'll assign our GIS object to a variable called agol. We'll then use our GIS object and the content manager get method supplying in our feature service item ID, which I'll paste in now with my notepad. Get method will return an item object that will assign to a variable called item. First, print out the current field info for one of our layers, our trail viewpoints. We're using the item object and accessing the layers property, which returns a list of feature layer objects. We're going to get the first feature layer object from that list and assign it to a variable called FL. We'll access the properties property of our feature layer object and print the name of our feature layer, which will be our trail viewpoints, and then print the fields list, which is a list of JSON type dictionaries. I'll run the script. Down the bottom of the list, we can see the fields that we added. We're going to delete this not needed in the next video. In this video, we want to update the viewpoint type field. We did not assign an alias, so you can see it was given the same as the field name. We're going to update that alias, and we're also going to assign a default value. Let's check out the first example. So here we're accessing our view trail points. Not our view trail points, our trail viewpoints. And we're creating an update fields list. This is a list of dictionaries, the updates that we want to make to a field. The name of a field will be unique. So the ArcGIS API for Python knows that we want to update our viewpoint type field. We want to update the alias. We want to update the default value. Here we're setting the default value to unknown. I have a note here that this will not work and that you need to use the full definition, but I'm going to show you this anyway. To update the field, I'm going to create a variable called status, and I'm going to set that to equal our feature layer object and access the manager property, which is our feature layer manager object, and we're using the update definition method. We set the JSON dict param to be a dictionary where we're accessing our fields property, and we're going to update using our update fields list above. We'll then print the feature layer name to screen and the status. Status will return a JSON dictionary message where success will be true or false, so we'll hope for true. Before running, we are also going to update a field in our park trails, so we're accessing the second layer from our layers list. We're only going to update one field, and that is our park name field. Our park name field currently does not have an alias, so we're going to provide one. We're going to update the length, and when updating fields, this is the template that you would use. You would use the full definition for a field. Just like above, we use the update definition from the feature layer manager object to update a field in a feature layer. And similar goes for tables. Here we're accessing the tables property of our item object and getting our park maintenance information table. We create our update fields lists, and even though I just said that you should really use the full definition, when you're just updating the alias, the name and the alias is all that you require. But I would say it is good practice to use full field definition, as we're going to see it does not work when we just put in default value. Just like with our feature layers for our table objects, we call the table object manager property, which is a feature layer manager, and we use the update definition method, supplying in a dictionary where we're accessing our fields property and using our update fields list above. Okay, just before I run the script, let me head on over to ArcGIS Online. I'm going to go into our trail viewpoints feature layer and click on our viewpoint type field. We're going to update the alias, and we also want to set the default value. We can see here it is none. And then in our park trails, for our park name, we're going to update the alias. we're going to set the length to 50 rather than 25. And for our park maintenance information, we're going to update the alias for our last inspection. Okay, let me head back over to our Python script. I'll run the script. And we can see that for our trail viewpoints, our park trails, and our park maintenance information, we were returned success true. This is a bit deceiving because for our trail viewpoints, I'm going to show you that the default value did not update. Let's head back over to ArcGIS Online. I'm going to refresh the page. I'll go into the Fields tab. You can see our viewpoint type, the alias has updated. If I click into the field, our default value remains at none. I'm going to fix that shortly. First, I'm going to go to our park trails, and we can see that our park name, the alias has updated, and so has the length from 25 to 50. And if I go into our park maintenance information, we updated the alias for the last inspection date, which was also successful. So let me head back over to our Python script. I'm going to scroll up and I'm going to grab the viewpoint type definition that we printed out. I'll comment out where we're updating for a table and for our park trails, because I only want to update for our trail viewpoints. I'll paste in the dictionary and I'll set default value to unknown. No, not all capitals. The domain will remain as none, so just change null to none and true to our Python objects of true and false for editable and nullable. I'll leave the length as 10 and I want to change the alias to viewpoint space type with a capital letter at the start of each word. Then I'm going to rerun this script. So we are just updating our trail viewpoints feature layer, and instead of having just the name, alias and default value, where we saw the default value was not set to unknown, we've put in the full definition and we'll see that the default value has been set. I forgot to comment out printing our properties up here, but we can see that our trail viewpoints feature layer was successfully updated, but it also said that last time. So let's head back to ArcGIS Online. I'll refresh the page. Click into the Fields tab for our trail viewpoints and into our viewpoint type field. And we can see the default value has now successfully been updated to unknown. We successfully used the ArcGIS API for Python to update fields in our feature layers and tables. In the next video, we'll take a look at deleting fields. Make sure to continue on to the next video in this series and also make sure to subscribe. Take care.